we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you a special presentation of
Two Nerds, a podcast. Your home for everything movies, music, video games, and everything in between. With your hosts, Bunny the Bruiser, and Dynamite Jared Latching.
How's it going, everyone? We are Two Nerds. This is a podcast. I am
and I will always love you.
Oh, that's so nice of you.
Dynamite Jared.
Very cool. So this is our first Skype interview, so we'll see how it goes.
More to come. Many more to come.
Many more to come. So, I guess let's just fucking cut right to it. We saw Halloween separately. We have not discussed the matter until this very moment.
Buddy, I was absolutely terrified in the movie theater without you there to hold my hand.
I know.
It was the movies I've seen all year.
It was a pretty rough experience for myself as well, I must say. Chilled me to my core.
I tried to get Miles on here, but he refused to dig his laptop out to do a three-way Skype call. Because I know that he has a different opinion of this movie than I do.
I'm sure he does.
He also mentioned to me that he believes Nightmare on Elm Street 4 is better than Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors.
He's on crack. He's got to be on crack.
He told me that I was insane when I said that. Okay, I said that the only Nightmare on Elm Street movies that are good are the first one, Dream Warriors, New Nightmare, and Freddy vs. Jason. Those are the only good Nightmare movies. Do you have any to add to that?
I think most of them have something enjoyable, except for, 5. Most of them at least have, 2 actually is really fucking bad. But, some of them at least have, something,
2 has the homoerotic shower scene.
I mean, is that good, though?
Yeah, it's great. The LGBT community loves that shit.
Yeah, but I don't know. That movie's just bad. That movie's just bad.
Well, Miles really likes that one, too.
I'm sure.
They all have something in them, but they're not watchable to me still. It's I would skip to the part. I think it's in 4 when he sucks the life out of that girl, and she, deflates or whatever.
I think so, yeah. And it looks terrible.
That part's cool. But then, I don't know, just the rest of the movie just sucks. And then at the end, he, tears his shirt off, and he's got all the faces.
Yeah.
3 people he kills in the whole fucking movie. When you get to the 4th movie, and you only kill 3 people in the whole fucking movie in a slasher franchise, you're walking backwards, man.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
So, we both saw how, I guess before we dive into it, since we're on different subjects anyway, the big 3-0. How's it feel?
What are you talking about?
Oh. I gotta go. Bye.
The typical 30-year-old response, I don't know what you're talking about. That's exactly what a 30-year-old would say. I don't know, I turned 30 and I got Super Mario Party, so...
Oh, you did? It's out already?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I didn't even know it was out already.
Yeah, I got it, and I got more Joy-Cons, so I can play 4 players on it if I ever have 4 people over.
Well, you'll have me at some point, and if Ricky's not being...
playing teams with me earlier, and she was getting frustrated because she didn't know the rules yet, and I was trying to explain to her, I don't know the rules yet either. This is my first time playing the damn game. But
yeah. Is it any good?
Really, it's really good. I really like it. It's good. It's a worthy Mario Party sequel so far, in my opinion. It's better than 8 and 9?
So I guess this kind of leads into our next subject. A sequel coming out many, many years later. Basically getting rid of the trash.
4 years since the last Mario Party sequel.
Yes. Doesn't ignore continuity with the other Mario Party sequels.
Every Mario Party has its own continuity, I feel like.
Yeah, it does.
Because, like, in this one, it starts off and they're seriously arguing over who the fucking best is. Like, who's the real superstar. But it's like, man, didn't they decide this in, like, the last 9 Mario Parties?
Yeah.
Like, you fight to be the party star or the superstar or whatever. So, they're still trying to figure it out in Super Mario Party.
Yeah. So, Halloween. We have not discussed this at all, so I do not know your thoughts about it at all.
You didn't see my letterbox rating?
I did not see your letterbox rating.
Yeah.
I wanted to go into this genuinely.
Yeah.
I'm sure you
saw your letterbox rating.
Okay. Was it a similar rating?
No, I didn't like it at all.
All right, you're fucking with me.
We have the same exact.
Okay.
I'm annoyed, but yeah, as the same exact rating. We both gave it 4 stars. So I guess we're both just going to spend probably the next approximately 45 minutes to an hour really sucking this movie off.
Well, I do have several things that I did not like about it, but
I don't. So maybe we will argue. Maybe this will be interesting.
Okay.
I don't really have anything that I disliked about the movie, other than the fact that it's just not as good as Halloween 1 and Halloween 2.
I do agree. Yeah, I do think Halloween 2 was the better sequel. But
yeah, Halloween 2 is better, but I don't know. Like, it's not even really that, like, far apart to me, though. Like, in my opinion, this is the 3rd best Halloween movie.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Like, it finally overtook that abysmal Halloween 6 probably as my 3rd favorite Halloween movie. Which Halloween 6 I love, but god damn, it's embarrassing to be like, oh yeah, the 3rd best is Halloween 6.
Yeah.
So.
Well, fuck, do we talk about the plot, or do we just get into our thoughts? Should we say what it's about, or should we just go through the story and say what we liked and what we didn't like?
So, I mean, I don't know if it really matters, but let's just go ahead right now and say, if you are listening to this podcast, No Star Reviews, and you haven't seen the new Halloween yet, make sure you go check it out. Me and Buddy both liked it, but you're going to have to turn this podcast off because we're going to get into some spoilers. I'm going to go balls deep into this movie and discuss it in as much detail as I possibly can. So let's get into it. Spoiler warning, you've been warned. Halloween 2018.
Yes.
You gave it 4 stars, but still had a lot that you didn't like about it. A lot. That's.
But it's not that I hated. It's that I probably would have done differently if I was doing it, I guess.
Nothing
ruined
it's funny
it.
Because I've heard mixed things. Okay, so it's got a good Rotten Tomatoes score. Most critics liked it, right?
Yeah.
The score went down now that it's out. It went down to, it's like 80% now. It was 80%, 86, but 80 is probably still the fucking highest rated Halloween movie in franchise history.
Well, I'm sure you've got your hardcore fans and your Matt Izzy's of the world that are just kind of like slandering it completely. So
I've heard mixed things, and like my friends from Erie thought, you know, like and Miles, when I asked him if it was good or not, he was like, you know what I mean? So like when I walked out of it, I was like, man, what in the fuck did people not like about this movie? So maybe you can enlighten me on it, because I walked out, I racked my brain. The only thing I can think of is some of the things are just like a little bit too coincidental. You know what I mean? That like some of the situations that come about, like Michael getting to Laurie's house, or Michael being in the same gas station as the fucking people that have his mask. You know what I mean?
See, but like stuff like that doesn't bother me, because you have to suspend your disbelief, especially with like Halloween movies. Like, you just gotta know that Michael Myers is gonna be at the right place where he's supposed to be, and he's gonna know where to go. So
it's a horror movie, so I mean, listen, we gotta get the fucking mask on him. You know what I mean? And we gotta get him to Laurie's house. how exactly are you going to do that differently?
I mean, technically, the Laurie's house thing does not bother me.
The
Because
Laurie's house thing didn't bother me at all. Because if he wanted to get to Laurie's house, he kind of did the right thing, which is fucking take the police car there. You know what I mean?
yeah. And plus, because even then he was like
psychiatrist took him there basically.
That's what I was gonna say. He's basically like walking there anyway. This psychiatrist, spoilers, whatever. I mean, we're jumping ahead, but the psychiatrist has been fucking taking care of him. He could have told him where Laurie lives all these years, so that doesn't bother. He's also been jacking him up with steroids because he can fucking stomp people's faces. So,
well, Michael Myers has always been kind of strong. I think even in the original movie, he like one-handed freaking lifts the guy up that's like on his knife and puts him on the wall or whatever.
Yeah, but he's never been like superhuman.
Oh, Rob Zombie Halloween.
No, I'm saying in that first one he was not superhuman. In the sequels he was obviously fucking crazy, but this one ignores all those. So as far as we know, he's just a normal guy, but he can fucking stomp someone's head completely like a watermelon. So
like a gusher.
Yeah.
I don't know. It depends. I mean, he's kind of superhuman. You don't get shot 6 times and then fall off a roof and then just get up 2 seconds later and trounce off.
Yeah.
If you're not a little superhuman. Also, he got stabbed in the neck and the eye, and he was still just like, yeah, fuck this.
Yeah.
In the first movie. Which, speaking of which, I'll tell you one thing immediately that I really did like in this movie was them replacing a lot of those shots of Michael Myers with Laurie Strode in this movie.
I was gonna say
he did it like three times that I can remember in this, which I thought was like awesome.
As soon as I walked out of the theater, the first thing I did was like I made a note on my phone of like all the references to the other movies that I noticed. I'm sure that like there's a billion that I did not notice, and like the super like crazy fans online have like lists of like 50 fucking things. But yeah. I wrote down everything that I noticed. That was like a callback to the originals. So
there were a few. I mean, there's like the Laurie shots and everything. Like they had the one in the classroom where she was standing outside like Michael was. That was awesome.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was kind of like, what the fuck is she doing there? Yeah. And then when she fell off the roof, and he looked back down and she was gone.
Yeah.
That was probably my favorite one.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, oh shit. Because before that, she wasn't seeming like as badass as she should have been.
I know, yeah.
I was like, okay, she's been badass like this whole movie, but then when he comes around, like suddenly she sucks. But then he threw her off the thing and she was like, nah. Like, I'm gonna do that shit to you. And I was like, okay. And then her coming out of the shadows, like right after he shot, I'm pretty sure he does that in the first movie where he just like pops out of the shadow like that.
Yeah.
Of course, he doesn't say anything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so those are the ones of that I can remember.
And then
the two cops bullshitting about food, like and just being really funny. They were watching guard outside of her house. That was kind of like a callback to Halloween 5.
Yeah.
When they were like outside of the house, that they were just bullshitting, being stupid or whatever.
Yeah. I guess I'll just go through these then since we're talking about it. So for Halloween 1, I have all the stuff that you mentioned, as well as just the fact that there were opening credits in this movie. Most movies don't have opening credits anymore, and it was like a throwback to the original opening credits, obviously. And
just the walk down the street.
Yeah.
With the 3 friends.
Yeah. And, oh, by the way, this was super fucking distracting to me. I knew one of those guys. I've worked with him.
Oh, yeah, I saw you tweet that.
So, shout out to my boy Miles Robbins. I sent him an email saying good job, but he hasn't gotten back to me yet. So,
which one was he? The guy that like didn't even get killed on camera?
Yeah, he was the one who like had his knife through his head against the wall, like with the motorcycle, and he like blew up the pumpkin at the beginning.
Just revved a motorcycle engine 30 times.
Yeah. And then the only other reference I noticed to the first one, besides the stuff we already talked about, was the sheet ghost.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that, but that was obvious. That was an obvious reference.
Yeah. So Halloween 2, I got the shot that like the one take that like starts outside the house where he gets the hammer and then kills the girl making the sandwich. That's straight out of Halloween 2.
By the way, that tracking shot of him like walking down the
So
alley,
good.
that was great. I was even in the theater just thinking, I don't usually notice like cinematography like that. Like, but in that I was like, damn,
Yeah.
this is really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, him walking into the kitchen, that was in the trailer, and I noticed that in the trailer as like a callback to Halloween 2.
Yeah.
Go on.
And then, obviously, Michael getting burned, or is he? But that's another discussion, I guess. Halloween 3, we saw the masks from Silver Shamrock on the kids.
Yeah.
Running around.
I pointed that out to Miria because that's her favorite Halloween movie. She's still in it. So.
Halloween 4, I wrote The Gas Station Massacre.
Yeah.
As well as the granddaughter with the knife. But in the other one, it was the niece of Michael Myers.
Yeah,
Like, I guess this is her grandniece. So basically the same thing. But Halloween 5, I wrote The Cops with the Sandwich.
That part was hilarious, by the way. It was super funny.
Halloween 6 revealed that one of the doctors was taking care of Michael the whole time.
You know what? That's good. I didn't even think of that. But yeah. You're right.
Yes. H2O, obviously, Michael versus Laurie. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. And then Resurrection, the house on fire. And that's about it. So, I'm sure there's a billion more, but that's what I noticed.
Isn't there like a thorn in the bathroom stall? Or
Is there? I didn't notice. There might have been.
I think someone pointed it out in the trailer, like a trailer reaction. That like, there's like a thorn symbol, which is like a reference to 4 through 6.
Yeah.
So
I did not notice that in the movie though. I didn't see it on the stall, so it's possible I just didn't see it.
Yeah, I was paying attention to other things at that time. One thing that sort of disappointed me, but didn't disappoint me, but kind of surprised me, is they kept everything from the trailer in the movie. They didn't change any of that stuff. So, like, that closet scene, which is, like, a huge focal point in the trailer, I thought for sure they were going to change that to, like, shock the audience because everybody had seen that scare, but they just went with that scare anyways.
Yeah. It still got people to jump, though, in the theater for some reason. The one I was at, actually.
That might have got people to jump in mine. I was trying to tone out the audience as much as I could, so...
Yeah.
Because they were loud. But, yeah, for some reason, I thought, man, it'd be really easy for them to just shoot that scene for the trailer.
And then not use it.
And in the real scene, like, something's blocking the door. You think it's going to be him because you've seen the fucking trailer. It's something else blocking the door entirely, right?
Yeah.
And so then she just puts it in, and it's just like a false jump.
And then he comes, like, immediately.
And then he either comes immediately from, like, a shadow or something, or it shows him actually killing the boyfriend downstairs first.
Yeah.
Like, he kills him.
Just something different.
Goes downstairs and discovers the body, and then she's like, oh shit, I'm fucked. You know what I mean? So
I guess talking about that scene, since we're on it, that little boy was probably my favorite character in this movie. The little kid she's babysitting.
He's great. I wish he was in it more, but he was great. He like when he started to think about going back, and then he's like, I'm gonna get some help. Like, oh, that was great. He was funny. He drew some laughter from the audience that I was in. Your favorite character? You mean aside from Michael Myers?
Aside from the main cast, I guess.
Michael and Laurie, they were as they should be. They were the big time in this movie. So that kid almost stole the show.
Yeah.
If he was in the movie a little bit longer, he would have stole the show.
Yeah.
Maybe the director made a conscious decision, like, we got to get this kid out of here.
He's too good.
How did your audience react to, like, Michael killing that fucking, like, 9-year-old kid? Like,
I know Emily was upset, but everyone else, like, they didn't really react to it. I mean, they're just like, oh.
A lot of people in my audience were like, "Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh my God, no!" You know, like
one scene that Emily like grabbed my arm and she was like about to be like really fucking upset was that tracking shot. It might have been right after that tracking shot when Michael like
with
walks
the baby. He kills the girl in the house,
and then you hear the baby, and then she's like grabbing my arm, and I like whispered to her, I was like, he's not gonna kill the baby. And then she was like, are you sure? And I was like, yes. And then he does not kill the baby, so.
I wanted him to kill the baby so fucking bad.
He wouldn't do that, though. I don't think he would.
I wanted him to. To just show how fucking hard that he was. Because it's like, you didn't even have to show it on camera, really. Just him slapping the knife down there real quick, and the baby just shuts the fuck up.
Damn.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I could see where it would be problematic. He still killed the little boy, though.
That's
and
true.
You know what, though? See, in that scene, they did, like, to totally just show, to, like, be problematic at that point, because he didn't have to kill the kid. He was literally waiting in the car for the kid to get back. And some people have said that, like, oh, like, I don't think Michael Myers really kills children. It's that he killed him out of necessity.
Yeah.
No, he was waiting in the car. And, like, I wasn't even expecting him to kill the kid until the kid got back in the car. And then I was like, yeah, this kid's dead. But when the kid was just walking around, I was expecting, like, a jump scare, like a body falling out. And then while he's reacting, all of a sudden his car just takes off.
Yeah.
It was Michael Myers took the car.
Well, I guess, like, when Michael was hiding in the car, it's not as if he was waiting for the kid, because the father could have easily came back. But I get what you're saying.
He killed the father.
Oh, I guess you're right. But, yeah, I guess then why would he be hiding in the backseat? He could have just took off with it anyway. Unless, did the kid take the keys?
No, the car was still on. Headlights were on and everything.
Oh, well then, yeah, he meant to kill the kid, so...
So, I mean, he killed the kid. It's just babies, though. That's too much for him.
Yeah.
He can't do. So, I really wanted him to kill the baby, though. I wanted to hear the reaction to it, and like, I thought that, you know, if he kills his baby, some people are gonna walk out of the theater.
Yeah.
But they didn't go there, so. I mean,
maybe
whatever.
with the director's cut. I mean, you never know. I heard that they chopped the fuck out of it, actually.
There were a lot of scenes that, like, it was kind of funny because some of the kills were really subtle, where it was like a cutaway, like, oh, he stabbed her, but it didn't really show it. And then some of them were just straight up fucking brutal, like the stab through the neck, and then obviously the head smash. Some of the aftermath was pretty brutal, like ripped the one guy's jaw completely out.
Yeah.
I think. Then, you know, like that reporter guy, he just smashed his head on the wall like 1,000 times.
Yeah. That could have been us, bro. Fucking the podcasters.
I think I know better than to do a podcast on Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Uh-oh. The one character I wanted to
music.
The one character I wanted to fucking die, and unless I completely missed it, he's still alive. The fucking, like, boyfriend or whatever. The one that...
I said that last night to Miri. I was like, I can't believe the boyfriend lived. Like, usually, like, cheating, like, adultering characters, like, they get it. Like, they're done in a slasher movie.
And he just disappeared after that scene.
Yeah, never to be seen again. His friend got it. His friend
got it. But I guess he was, like, fucking trying to kiss her and shit, so...
Which, by the way, that was a good scene, too, with the motion sensor lights.
Yeah.
I liked that. It was creepy.
Yeah. But I don't know, maybe the boyfriend dies in a deleted scene or something. I mean, we don't know, but...
It's possible.
Usually you're right, they do get their comeuppance in the end, but... He just disappeared after that. They kind of forgot about him, so...
Yeah, well, that girl that he was, like, kissing was really hot, so he probably just went home with her.
You realize that girl was, like, 16.
She was an attractive young woman, buddy. Her character was 16. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that the actress was maybe like 20.
Yeah. Well, because I know Miles Robbins, the kid who plays David, the motorcycle guy or whatever, he's literally 26. So I'm sure they're all
They
older.
always use older actors to portray teenagers. I even thought that in this movie because after when her boyfriend, when he sees her in the hallway or whatever, and I was just looking at him and I was like, this guy's not 16, 17, whatever they're doing with him.
Okay,
he's like 20.
Here's one thing that I did not like, or rather, it did not make much sense to me. So the original.
By the way, that's a genre trope. Anyways, though, that always using like older actors for teenagers.
So, and this also has to do with like the age of things. So the original Halloween happens 40 years ago, right?
Yes.
So Laurie obviously is not pregnant in that film, nor do we know that she's not dating anyone. She's not dating Ben Tramer, and she has not had a child already in that.
Okay.
So her daughter in this movie has a teenage daughter who's like 17. So when the fuck? So unless Laurie flat out like got pregnant that year, like the age is
there's still a couple of years wiggle room. I feel like
so that mom was under 40.
Yeah, I mean she's definitely a younger mom. I think she was probably in her like later like 30s, probably like 35 or like 38.
So then, how old? So she had a teenage.
She probably had an early pregnancy. That's not that hard to clear up right there. She probably got pregnant when she was like 20, like 18 to 20.
I don't know. To me, it just seemed a little weird, but I don't know. That's just like a nitpick.
She's also got a troubled childhood. Okay, we know that. And kids with troubled childhoods tend to get pregnant probably a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I guess.
She's probably sexually active very young because, her whole childhood was messed up.
Yeah.
We never guns and
yeah. We never learn who the father was. Do you think it could have been Ben Tramer? Because I
thought that it would have been a really cool reference to make that Ben Tramer was the father, or at least one of Laurie's ex-husbands.
Yeah.
Twice divorced.
Yeah. So yeah, that was.
I like that line where it's like, yeah, Michael Myers gets out and murders 5 people, and I'm twice divorced, and I'm the nut job.
Yeah.
So, I'm kind of glad that those investigative reporters got murdered early in the movie.
Oh, I was for sure. I was like, I can't deal with this.
They were fucking terrible. They were awful, especially the guy. I was like, they need to get rid of this guy because one of the worst scenes in the movie, it was one of my least favorite scenes in the trailer, is when he shows up to the asylum
with the mask,
busts out the mask, and starts trying to provoke a reaction from Michael Myers.
Because he shouldn't have a connection to it, really.
He shouldn't, but I mean, at the same time, you got to find a way to get the iconic mask on the guy. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But again, that could have been done, I guess, by him just robbing the Halloween store again. I feel like those masks would be really fucking popular because they're used in the original Halloween series. They used like the mask, but I guess they wanted to do the aged mask. Yeah. So they wanted it to be the same exact mask.
How did you feel about the mask? Because I know you did your mask ranking, but it was just based on the trailers. Now you've seen the film, so how do you?
I like it. I like that mask. Listen, as far as Halloween masks go, I think that I had it in the right spot, and it's in the upper echelon there with like 1, 6, like Resurrection has a good mask, and then like this one, and 2 has the same mask as 1.
Yeah.
But like, and then after that, you have the Rob Zombie mask, which is like okay. I have mixed feelings on it, and then you have 4, 5, and H2O, and those are all complete fucking garbage. it doesn't compare to those ones. And I thought it looked good. I thought it looked enough like the old mask to like be like, okay, yeah, that's Michael Myers, but was updated enough to look kind of like spooky for like a modern thing.
Yeah.
The eye holes might have been a little bit too small. That's what I'll say.
So, what else, if anything, did you not like about it? Was there anything you didn't like?
Just that opening scene kind of irked me. Like, while it was happening, I was kind of cringing a little bit. I was like, oh, God, I hope the rest of this movie isn't so cringy. Because, like, all the guys were freaking out, and he's sitting there, like, come on, Michael, say something. You know what I mean? And I was just like, dude, fuck off, man. He ain't going to say shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I know this guy. I've been watching him for freaking 15 years now.
Yeah.
Since I was 15. So, it was just cringy, but I liked the way that it, like, went into the opening credits.
Yeah.
From there, it was cool. He's like, say something! Just goes right into it.
It was so abrupt. Like, there was no...
Yeah. I was like, good, cut that shit right off. Like, and, you know, the way the guy, like, acted later in his interview with Lori and everything, and I was just like, God, I didn't like that character, like, at all. The girl was a little bit better, but still, like...
Yeah.
That guy sucked.
They were just a way to get the mask back.
Yeah, that's, like, all they were there for.
And the trailer, like, kind of builds them up to be in it.
The trailer made it seem like they were going to be a major part of the movie. Like, they were going to kind of be there, like, as it was all going on, you know. And I thought they were going to make it through the majority of the movie, but they get killed in, like, the first, 20 minutes?
Because I didn't think the guy was dead. I thought the girl obviously was for sure fucking dead, but the guy just got slammed like a million times. So I was like, okay, he could still be alive, but then he didn't come back, so...
alright, so... I don't know. Okay, I'll say this, is that... what was the guy's name? David Gordon Green?
Yeah.
Okay, he could have done a little bit better in, like, the stalking, like, department. Whereas in all the other Halloween movies, we always have the scene where they kind of look out the window, he's there, then he isn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Or, like, just, like, him kind of being there. There were some scenes, like, he was there in the graveyard when they were looking at Judith Meyer's grave.
Uh-huh.
But he was, like, still in his, like, scrubs and everything, you know, and... And just from there on out, like, you know, he was just literally walking around killing people.
Yeah. Well, the thing is this is this guy's first horror. I mean, we're talking about the same guy who directed Pineapple Express. So, I mean, I guess he's learning, but I think if you have, like, John Carpenter, like, looking over your shoulder, you think he could have been like, I don't know, maybe you should do this a little differently. I mean, like, I don't know, but...
In the end, like, that's a really nitpicky thing for me to say, because he's never going to be John Carpenter. Nobody's John Carpenter, you know what I mean? So, like, that stuff's never been done as well as Halloween 1 since Halloween 1 is one of the greatest horror movies of all time for a reason.
Yeah.
So, like, it's really nitpicky for me to expect, like, you know, I wish it would have been more like John Carpenter, because, I mean, there were some parts that were, and there's some parts that weren't. You know what I mean? So, it just, at the same time, I do really like him just marching through house by house, just freaking first person he sees, bam, you're dead. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
That scene where the girl's, like, adjusting the blinds.
Yeah,
it just
walks right through her.
And he's just like, later. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Like, I really liked that. There was just... I don't know, man. I really liked it, and when I walked out, like I said, I was really racking my brain for stuff that's like, God, because some people had, like, a totally negative reaction to it, And I was just like, what? What in the world could you possibly have thought? If you're going to the theater to see a Halloween movie, what else do you expect?
Yeah.
You know, I saw some reviews from critics, right, that were saying like the stuff between Michael and Laurie is great. It just sucks that we had to see him slash through teenagers for an hour to get there.
That's what he does!
And I was just like, do you not know what the fuck you're watching? This is a slasher movie, my friend. That's what happens. I would be pissed if he didn't do that. If it was just like he came out and he went straight for Laurie Strode. I don't like that.
I'm surprised that more people aren't like kind of questioning Michael's motives on why he's going after Laurie Strode. Because this retcons their brother and sister thing, so now it's just she's the one that walked up to his house and she's the one that got away. So I'm surprised more people aren't pointing that out about it. You know?
I think that people are overthinking him going after Laurie. I think that he wasn't in Haddonfield to go after Laurie Strode. He was in Haddonfield because, I mean, think about it. How would he even fucking know other than maybe the doctor, like, being like, Laurie Strode's still alive, you know?
Yeah.
What I mean? Like, you didn't get her or something, which I don't think really happened. I think he just went to Haddonfield to start fucking murking people. You know what I mean? He went there to kill people, and Laurie Strode was waiting for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was made clear. She was waiting for him. I don't think it was the other way around. But when he saw her and recognized her, then he was like, oh, it's that one bitch. Well, I'm going to get her this time. Like, fuck that. So, like, that to me makes sense. Is that, like...
Yeah, I was just surprised more critics weren't talking about that, like, leading up to it, so...
Like, he saw her, and, like, at that point, like in the original Halloween, like, once he saw her, you know what I mean? He was on her. You know what I mean? Like, he was going after her. It was target acquired. Like, he's like a fucking, like a heat-seeking missile.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, once he knows who he's after, he goes after them with, like, no remorse. And so he saw Laurie. She shot at him. And they're, like I said, I think he did recognize her and did think, like, okay, like, it's on now. But at the same time, I think that even if someone else would have shot at him, he would have still been like, okay, I'm walking right fucking downstairs and I'm coming down there to kill your ass because I've seen you now and you have to die.
I guess, okay, so one thing that I didn't like, and it's kind of a nitpick, and it's kind of, I've kind of made peace with it, because at the end of the day, you need to realize that Laurie Strode is human. She's going to make mistakes, and when you're in a state of panic, like she was, that mistakes and stuff like this happen. But when I was in the theater, she's been preparing for Michael for 40 years, and then she's just gonna go up to the window and get, like, bitch choked out, like, immediately. Like, that was just, like, one thing where I was like, okay, I don't think she'd do that, but then I kind of made peace with it, with, like, she's gonna make mistakes, I mean, like, you know what I mean? But, like, my initial thought was, like, why the fuck would she do that?
When
he, like, comes through the windows of the door.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, there, it was kind of frustrating to watch because it was like, what has she been doing for 40 years now that she's getting choked out? Here's the thing, is that, like, you can't make her a total fucking, like, deadly prey Rambo badass. Like, they did to an extent, but, like,
this isn't fucking Terminator 2. Like,
it draws a lot of parallels.
Yes,
between
but it's not.
She is like Sarah Connor in Terminator 2, in that she's like fucking PTSD crazy, but also like more prepared. At the same time, Sarah Connor in Terminator 2 couldn't do shit either. Did she do anything to fucking Terminator? Nope. Did she do anything to the T-1000? Nope. You know what I mean? Like, she shot at him probably a couple times. It didn't do shit. You know what I mean? So, like, at least Laurie fucking, like, blew his fucking fingers off. I think stabbed him, and then set his ass on fire.
Yeah. One thing that I thought was really creative, and I liked it a lot, was the whole when Michael's in the house and she's trying to find him, and she has the things that like block the doorways, so like cut off the separation where he could actually be. I thought that was really well done and creative.
Yeah, that was fun, and well, not fun, but it was clever and good. That's like, see, that's the thing is that okay, we're dealing with a horror movie, right? So you can't just have this super badass character that's going to fuck Michael Myers up, no problem. You know what I mean? Like, she's prepared for 40 years, and we can see it, and her plan worked out. So her preparations worked. You know what I mean? And she even got thrown from a fucking window and took right off after that. So, I mean, like, the thing is that Michael broke through the window, got her around the neck. We already know that he's got some superhuman strength shit going on. So it's not like something that she can just like, I've been training for 40 years. I can break your superhuman grip. You know what I mean? Just like that. Like,
yeah.
It's not like she can utilize any martial arts that she knows. I think she said she knew martial arts and stuff. You can't utilize any of it because there's a door between you two. You know what I mean? Like, so she's losing oxygen fast, and then she did the right thing. She got the gun up there. She shot his fucking hand off. So yeah. I didn't really, like, part of me was like, damn, like, he's really punking her out right now, even though she's been training for so long. The other part of me was like, he is Michael Myers, though. Yeah. I mean, like, what amount of preparation is enough for Michael Myers?
Yeah.
Like, you just really can't prepare for that, I don't think. Like,
yeah.
Guy was shot probably another 6 times in this movie, and he was still fucking going. You know what I mean? Like, it seemed like they were making him a little bit more human at the beginning, but then at the end, there was just no doubt about it. He's still like a force of nature, as John Carpenter described him as.
He's pure evil.
He's pure evil.
I was glad the fucking father died. Like the son-in-law of Laurie Strode, the fucking dude that's like, oh, I got peanut butter on my penis. Like that fucking guy.
Oh, I kind of wish it would have showed him dying. That was, but that's just me saying that I wish every camera would have been like an on-camera graphic death. You know what I mean? So.
But I mean, the original Halloween didn't show that. I guess that's where it's a little tonally weird, because they kind of went with the original Halloween and not showing stuff, and then they went with Rob Zombie Halloween and showing everything like right in your face as well. So
I prefer at this point showing everything, because I think even John Carpenter in Halloween 2, when Halloween 2 was originally shot, and the guy that directed it like did it and everything. And John Carpenter went back and reshot scenes because they weren't violent enough. So John Carpenter, the guy that shot this like very like kind of like not gory like movie, decided for the sequel we need to amp up some of the violence.
Yeah.
And so that's what they did in Halloween 2, and that's what they did like going forward. I don't think that you can replicate. I think John Carpenter's mindset basically is like, this has already been done. Like this, you know, like quiet,
the subtle, yeah.
The subtle approach has already been done, and you're never going to do it as good as I did. So you might as well bring the violence. So I prefer that, but I also appreciate a good, you know, cutaway here and there. You know, it's a genre thing. It happens in most movies.
I don't know, what else do you want to talk about? I can keep going. I don't know what else to say about Halloween.
Is there anything else that you disliked about it? Because like I said, man, I am stumped. And like even the things that you've said, like I've had like kind of like a retort for.
Yeah, like and like I said, the stuff
I kind of made it logical in my head
the stuff that I didn't like is all, like, as I said, they're like nitpicky things and things that I just would have probably done a little differently, but I think everything was, I liked it. I mean, I gave it 4 stars, but just the little things that I didn't like is all just like personal
Miles
preference.
said that it was too modern.
What does that mean?
I was like, I watched the movie. He said that I would know what he means when I see the movie. I watched the movie. I have no idea what he fucking means. I have no idea what he means. It's a movie that takes place in 2018. And it's shot and made in 2018. Maybe some of the shooting in 2017. I don't know. And just, it is a modern movie. So, of course, it's going to be modern. I mean, I don't know if you wanted him to go out there and shoot it with like 1970s cameras and shit and like,
yeah,
and all that stuff. But I don't know. How about the score?
I thought it was good. The one I was actually going to mention, the one scoring thing I probably would have done different is I thought for sure Mr. Sandman was going to come up in the credits, and it did not.
I thought 1,000%. Okay, listen, I was willing to bet my fucking life in the opening of that movie when they put the record needle on the record that fucking Mr. Sandman was going to play. I was willing to bet everything that was going to happen, and they played some classical shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, why not? Why didn't you just play Mr. Sandman right there? Do you hate Halloween 2 that fucking much that you fucking won't play Mr. Sandman? Damn. But John Carpenter did the score for the movie.
Yes.
Him and his daughter or whatever.
Yeah.
And so we have the original classic, maybe slightly updated.
There was one that was kind of like a rock remix, like with the guitars in the background, like that.
That was awesome. I loved that. When he kills the friend and hangs him up on the fence, or whatever, and then she goes back to see what's going on, and he pops out from the other side of the fence, like, "What's up?" And then it comes in like, "Wow!" And, like, does that whole like synthesizer thing, but just with like the freaking like guitar like thing. Oh man, I loved that. I was like, that's awesome. I really like that was one of my favorite parts of the whole movie. And then, you know, you can't go wrong with the classic Halloween theme. And you know what, he did it like fast, he did it slow.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's slow when he's putting the mask on and everything, and then fast when he's walking after people or something. I really liked the score. John Carpenter, I mean, I guess he probably didn't have that much work to do. Just build on what he did before.
Yeah.
But
they still, they placed it all correctly.
Sometimes it's just like when you're taking something so classic and you're updating it, you know what I mean? There's so many ways that it could go wrong. And I don't think that it went wrong at all. I think he actually, like, improved on the score, like, if that's not blasphemous to say.
Yeah. It's more modern. A little bit. It's more modern.
It's too modern for me, brother. So I really liked that. Man, I just really liked this movie. I'm definitely buying it as soon as it comes out. I mean, I'm obligated to, since I own every Halloween movie on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
But
what did you think of the ending?
I liked the ending a lot. I thought that maybe like the torches and everything were like a little much, but the shot, right, of the basement burning, okay, and Michael wasn't even in there.
Yep.
So I was like, damn, that is so Halloween. You know what I mean? Like, it's burning and he's like not even there. So like, I shot him 6 times and he's not even there. You know what I mean? Like, the only time where like something actually happened to him and he was still there was Halloween 2, where they burned him. He came out still on fire, and then he fucking went down.
Yeah.
And I guess he's there at the end of Halloween Resurrection too.
His eye opens.
On fire, the mask melted to his face or whatever, and then his eye opens.
Yeah.
But other than that, and Halloween H2O, they cut to credits right after she chops the head off.
Yeah.
Right?
I think so. In this one, they cut to credits as soon as they're on the thing. I thought the ending was a little abrupt. Like I would have, I don't know. I think it could have been wrapped up a little better. Like I don't know, maybe just even if the truck drives off and then music comes up or something like that. I just thought like the cut was like kind of weird. But
yeah, it was. I didn't have a problem with that. I thought the abrupt ending was kind of like, listen, all these people are signed on for multiple movies, okay? But if the movie doesn't do well,
you got to wrap it up.
At least we did this one, and you could tell they put their passion into this, that the people were passionate about the franchise, about the story and everything, and they actually cared about this movie. You know what I mean? There's just a difference between this and Happy Death Day to You.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, you're doing this for money.
Yeah.
Right? By the way, that trailer looked fucking abysmal. It looked so bad. I was a fan of the original Happy Death Day.
I was too, yeah.
The trailer for the second one looks so fucking bad, Buddy Candela. Buddy the Bruiser. I wanted to throw up in the theater. I was like, how? How is this so fucking bad? Like, they could have really I would have rather them really just done the first movie again, but with just different characters. I literally would have had them do that, and it would have been uncreative or whatever, but at least it wouldn't have been fucking, slapstick comedy that they had in the fucking second trailer.
See, I thought they should have just left it alone with just one. But
yeah, they definitely should have, but it made money, obviously, so they had to do the second one. There's another trailer that I want to talk about, but we'll get to that because I still want to talk about Halloween. I don't know what I want to talk about with Halloween, but I still want to talk.
Well, did they play the same... What trailer was it?
Pet Sematary.
They didn't even play that at mine.
Oh, they played it at mine.
Oh, yeah. That's why I was gonna ask, because I was like... I didn't... Because they don't play the same trailers at, like, different theaters, so...
Oh, yeah. So, I don't know. Have you seen the trailer for that?
No.
All right. Well, I mean, you can go watch it. Maybe we can talk about it some other time.
Yeah.
I have a couple thoughts on it, but...
So what else about Halloween?
Like I said, I don't even know. What do you think of Dr. whatever his name is?
A lot of people that I saw online, like, after it immediately thought the twist was fucking stupid. And when he put the mask on, it was, like, ridiculous. And I don't know. Like,
I laughed my ass off when he put the mask on, and he came up in front of the car.
Yeah.
I was laughing so fucking hard. But I was also kind of worried. I hope to God don't fucking turn this around and make him be the killer for the rest of the movie.
I was nervous for like 0.2 seconds, but then as soon as he like picked Michael up and put him in the car, I was like, okay, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
But
I thought when he ran the guy down, they were doing another Ben Tramer from Halloween 2.
Yeah, that's what I thought at first too.
But at the same time, I was also like, oh, that mask is aged.
Yeah.
It just seems so awkward. Okay, I'll say that. It just seems so random that he was just walking down the street, right? And then they're just like, there he is. I'm going to run his ass down. Because he was just there. You know what I mean? He was just like fucking walking around. And I mean, I get that's what he was doing. But he was just like out in the fucking open. You know what I mean? Like, really, like, nowhere of any sort of significance whatsoever.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just was like, I felt like that scene maybe could have been done a little bit better, like a little bit more sensible. But I was also expecting, from the way that it was executed, I was expecting it to be not him.
Yeah.
It was like someone else.
I guess that's another reference to Halloween 2. I didn't write that down. I didn't think about that. But I guess, what the fuck was I gonna say? I completely lost my train of thought. Oh, God damn it, I lost again. Okay, just keep going. Say something.
Halloween was really good, guys. I don't know what... Like I said, we've been sucking its dick super hard. We're going to keep sucking. I saw that Geekdom reviewed it. He liked it. And then AVGN reviewed it and basically said that it was the best Halloween sequel ever. He said
I didn't watch his. He liked it. I didn't watch the video. It was
I thought for sure he was not going to like it, but him and his buddies were all like, "Yeah, I think this is probably." They said, as far as Halloween sequels go, this is about as good as it's probably ever going to get. And then later he said, like a bunch of times, he's like, "Yeah, this is probably the second best Halloween movie."
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know if you could really just shit on Halloween 2 that quick, because I know he likes Halloween 2 as well. But I'm pretty sure his Monster Madness review of it was like positive.
Yeah.
And like I think he said like at the end of it, it's like, well, it only goes down the shitter from here or something like that.
Yeah. I completely lost what I was gonna say, so if I remember it, I'll write it down and we'll talk about it next week. But I had a good talking point, but I completely fucking lost it.
Well, that pisses me off. I'm bummed that Midnight Miles going to come onto the show. I really am curious to see how he explains some of his arguments for this movie. I just don't see what was wrong with it. I really fucking don't. This was literally H2O. If H2O was done right. You know what I mean? Like, H2O's got so many like tonal issues in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's just like way too light in tone. And so like this was like pretty dark. I know that Miles said that there was some humor that was really out of place in this movie, and I didn't notice any of it.
The only humor that I can see being like people not thinking is funny is the sandwich stuff. Like, I can't imagine anyone not laughing at the little kid talking about weed. Like, that's the funniest shit ever.
Miles literally said that there were characters in this movie that randomly just say like a one-liner or a joke and then never say anything like that again. And I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Is he talking about the penis guy?
Huh?
Is he talking about the penis guy? The dad?
When did he break character?
I mean, that's what I mean. He was like always kind of like goofy.
Yeah, he was just goofy the whole fucking movie. All the characters that told jokes in the movie were just like, I don't know. I'm thinking of all the scenes like as well as I could. I don't know. The one guy grabs the knife. He says, "Your buddy," he says, "Fuck this," or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, that's totally a normal thing to say in that sort of situation.
Yeah.
Fuck this. You're right. Fuck this. I wouldn't want to be there either.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I was hoping that maybe you would be able to think of some like out of character moment for somebody. I don't think anyone ever broke character.
No, because I think the goofy characters were goofy the whole time, and even like you said, like the fucking motorcycle guy when he says like "fuck off," like earlier in the movie, he's fucking blowing up a pumpkin and stuff. So he was always
just a fucking douche, like well, not a douche, but like a kind of like a prankster, like funny guy. The only thing I can possibly think of, which I still don't even think is breaking character because it was her triumphant moment, was when Laurie comes out of the shadows and says, "Happy Halloween, Michael," which could be a callback to Halloween Resurrection, by the way. When Busta Rhymes says, "Hey, Mikey, happy Halloween."
He's like, "Happy Halloween, motherfucker."
No, he says, "Trick or treat."
Oh, yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Okay.
That's when he first attacks him.
Yeah.
He's like, says, "Trick or treat, motherfucker." Then he like kicks him. And then when he ties him up and shots him, he's like burning and everything, and he's about to leave. He's like, "Hey, Mikey, happy fucking Halloween." And he leaves. So, man, Michael's had a couple close calls with fire now.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty safe to say there's going to be a sequel to this movie.
What do you think about sort of the cliffhanger of the granddaughter still like clasping the knife?
It's whatever. I think it's probably just showing.
But do you think you don't think they're gonna go anywhere with it? Because they tried to do that with Halloween 4, and then
psychotic. I don't think she's gonna become a psychotic killer, if that's what you mean. They've done that twist so many fucking times. With Jamie did it.
Yeah.
They did it in the Rob Zombie Halloween 2. You know, like where she ends up being institutionalized at the end. So no, I don't think that she's going to become like a antagonist or a psychotic killer or anything.
But do you think she might turn out like her grandma now?
I think that that's probably what it is like kind of a sign that's like she's traumatized by this. She's going to be hardened, and if Michael ever returns, she's going to be more ready next time too.
Yeah.
Because this time she wasn't ready for shit. She didn't even have her fucking phone on her.
Well, one thing that I thought they were going to do for like a millisecond, but then they just didn't do, was with the main cop character, when they were like, oh, Laurie was there that night, and he was like, yeah, I was too. I thought for sure that was Tommy Doyle, and then they were just like, hey, Frank, come over here, and I was like, well, that's dead.
See, that's the thing, is that, like, first off, didn't that sheriff guy look like Titus O'Neil? I thought that was fucking Titus O'Neil.
Oh, the fucking with the cowboy hat. That dude was That dude was funny too. I like that guy.
I thought he was Titus O'Neil at first. I was like, oh, Titus O'Neil's in this shit. Well, okay. When I first saw him, I was like, is that fucking Terry Crews? And then he looked more like Titus O'Neil when I got up close to him.
And he just kind of
sound really racist.
He just kind of disappeared too. There were a lot of characters that just
he wasn't around at the end of the movie. So there's definitely going to be a sequel to this movie, and I think that it's just going to kind of just go the route where it's like Michael's just not really dead.
Yeah.
And he's going to come back for Laurie and them next year. You know what I mean? And then it's probably not going to be as good. There's probably going to be more questions than answers, and it's probably just going to be a sequel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to it. The reason I say that is because I think this is making a lot of money. A lot of theaters, like showings, like sold out. The Beulah Mall wasn't sold out, but there was more people in there than I've seen in a long ass time.
Well, they've already, like, even before the movie came out, they said that this is projected to be like the most profitable like horror movie of the year and the most profitable Halloween movie of all time. So
I'll say this, and maybe you'll think that I'm exaggerating. I think this is the best slasher movie to come out in a long ass time.
Well, what good ones have there been? Like, I would agree. Like, I can't. None really. No slashers.
It Follows is kind of a slasher movie.
It kind of, but I mean, this is better than It Follows, so I would agree. Even though I don't even know if I consider It Follows a slasher, though. I'm not sure.
It just has a lot of slasher elements, just like the kind of stalk and kill. I don't want to say stalk and slash.
Yeah.
And then, the teen sex and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a play on the slasher genre.
Well, that's what
sex.
I always thought it was.
That's like the basis of the movie.
I always thought it was more of like a tribute and a throwback to the slashers more than being a slasher itself.
Yeah.
But.
So, I mean, I don't know, but I definitely think that it's one of the best slasher movies to come out. And I can't even think of how long. It's been a long ass time since there's been a really good slasher movie.
Yeah. And I don't know, maybe I don't know.
I was gonna say like the Texas Chainsaw remake or something, but even then I was like, I like this better than that. So
I was gonna say
I just personal bias.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna say I just hope our biasness isn't taking control of this, and like
I'm 1000% admitting that my bias is definitely playing a part into this movie. Whereas I gave it 4 stars, I think that maybe a lot of other people might give it like 3.5.
No, but I'm saying in like a year and a half or 2 years, we look back and we're like, oh, I guess it wasn't as good as we thought it was. Like that's what I'm referring.
I don't think that I think that this is. I think it's good. I'm looking forward to seeing it again already, actually. But I'm probably gonna wait for home video.
Yeah.
So, anyways, buddy, we have to do a Cocktober poll.
Yeah, I guess we do.
So let's go ahead and do sexiest characters in the Halloween franchise, not counting Michael, because we all know that he's the sexiest. It's just a cheat code to put him in there.
Okay.
So hit the music. Unless you have something else to say.
I have nothing else to say.
We both loved Halloween 2018. Make sure you guys go see it.
And I'm sure, like, we're gonna be talking about it for a while. Like, not like full segments, but I'm sure it's gonna come up again.
Yeah, next time we have Midnight Miles on the show, we have some questions for him about it. So
this won't be the last time you hear about it from us. So
yeah, we really like it. 2 thumbs up, 1 thumb up for me, 1 thumb up from Buddy, right?
Yep, 1 thumb up each.
All right, so let's go. All right, hit the music.
Okay.
All right, Buddy. I already have my choice for this poll. I don't think that it's much of a contest, and I don't know who goes first this week.
You can just go first, because
I'm not going to say it yet. I'm going to keep it under wraps, and I'm going to go ahead and throw out my first option here. I think this is a strong option here for some of the older women out there, is Dr. Loomis.
Donald Pleasance, my guy.
Listen, man, he may not be much to look at, especially after the first couple Halloween movies.
When he's all burned, yeah.
And everything. But
that first one...
He's a badass. He caught Michael Myers in like a net and beat his ass with a 2x4. Like, if that's not sexy, what is?
I don't know. Donald Pleasance, definitely a solid choice if you were to go with that one, but I don't think that's your choice, obviously, because you're keeping it under wraps. Are we talking just
the whole franchise?
So Rob Zombie's count?
Yes.
So how about Malcolm McDowell? He's got that.
He might be a little bit sexier of a Dr. Loomis. He might be. I will neither confirm nor deny. I didn't even think of him. See, he has such a bad taste in my mouth because of the way he acts in Halloween 2. It's so out of character for Dr. Loomis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I understand that it's a different take, but it was just one that was just so far opposite of what Dr. Loomis is that it's like one of those things almost where people get upset when it's like you cast like a white superhero as like a black guy.
Yeah.
Which I never get upset about that. But you could see that it's like that's not traditionally what the character is. You're completely going against that character. So Malcolm McDowell's, and it's not his fault because he was just reading the script that was given to him.
Yeah.
But it still leaves a bad taste in my mouth that in H2, Dr. Loomis is writing books, profiting off of this shit, and swearing his fucking life that Michael Myers is dead. Which is something that even if Michael Myers was fucking dead, the real Dr. Loomis would never fucking believe it.
Yeah.
Not in a million years. Even if they made 17 more movies and Michael Myers never came back because he actually was fucking dead, Dr. Loomis's dumbass would still be in there like, he's not dead. You can't kill pure evil.
Yeah.
Shit like that. You don't understand. You know, so... he leaves a bad taste in my mouth, but he's definitely easier on the eyes than Donald Pleasance is, I guess.
Yeah.
How about Laurie Strode's kid in Halloween H2O? Who is he? What actor is that again?
I don't know. I can't remember.
He's a good-looking guy, though.
Yeah. Yeah, he's all right.
He's decent. Strapping young guy.
Okay, how about this? How about my boy from this new Halloween? How about him?
Okay. I don't like the middle part. I'm not digging the middle part, and I think that maybe the journalist guy might have like that kind of scruffier, sexier look.
Yeah,
he was a total fuckboy. So
that's true.
All right. Man, there's not a big focus on male characters in the Halloween franchise. I was thinking earlier, like, what male characters are there in the original Halloween besides Michael, Dr. Loomis, and then Annie's dad?
Yeah. It's not much.
I don't think that there is any. How about the dude that works at the hospital in Halloween 2 that Laurie ends up hooking up with, presumably?
He's fine. I mean, it's hard because, like, this is the first time I've genuinely thought about the guys in the Halloween franchise and their sex appeal. So it's a little difficult. I don't know, man. He's fine.
Do you have any other ones?
Well, I have two that could be mentioned, but I have a feeling one of them is your pick.
Yeah,
And
the winner is my pick. So.
Okay, well then you go with your pick, and then I'll say the other one.
All right. I hope you don't surprise me here. Catch me off guard.
Okay.
Because I feel like I have this one in the bag.
Okay.
I do.
And you're getting first pick, so you can go ahead and just say it.
Yeah, I'm just building some suspense here. Tommy Doyle.
Paul fucking Rudd.
Paul fucking Rudd in his film debut. Is that his debut?
His feature film debut, I believe, yeah.
So, Paul...
I do have one to counteract it, so...
Okay, well, that was my ace in the sleeve for this Cocktober poll.
Okay, well, Paul Rudd's pretty good, but you know what? I'm not discounting the hip-hop vote, and I'm gonna have to go with Busta Rhymes.
Damn! You're gonna get the ironic vote. Hold on. LL Cool J, bro.
You can go with Cool J if you want. He's
not
fucking
going
ripped.
LL Cool J. If we were going sexiest Halloween rappers, then it would end up LL Cool J versus Busta Rhymes. But I gotta stick to my guns. Paul Rudd on this one.
Alrighty.
Good counterattack. I didn't even consider him.
Because I was going to be like, okay, if he says Busta Rhymes, I'm going to go with Paul Rudd. If he goes with Paul Rudd, I'm going with Busta Rhymes. So.
Either way, you win.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's about it for this week. We got to get going. Jared's got a script to write, so...
I actually have a wedding party I'm going
You have a wedding party?
Yeah, that's why I'm pissed that you woke up so late.
Shit. I didn't know.
It's at Parola Brothers. It was free pizza that I'm, gotta get to.
Is it Collins?
Yeah.
Very cool.
So get writing, buddy.
I wrote The Night of the Demon. You can write /dance, brother.
Hey. You better censor that when this podcast goes up. You better put a beep over that movie title you just said. Spoiler free.
Spoiler free. Or maybe just an Easter egg for people that watch all the way to the end.
Oh, maybe.
Okay, well, that's about it for this week. And make
subscribe, like, follow on Twitter.
Everything is in the description. And we will see you guys next week with our last...
We have been two nerds.
This has been
a podcast.
And
God damn it, buddy.
And
you not like that?
Well, I was getting to that. I just wasn't done talking. But that's fine.
I thought you were closing it up.
Nope, I was going to say next week's our last Cocktober episode. And that this was a podcast and we were two nerds. But that's fine.
Change up.
All right, we will see you guys next week.